Here's some ways that I create my own luck and how this adds more magic into my daily life. This is actually my second time filming this video, unfortunately. My microphone that I was using at the time died, so round two. You'd think I would have learned the first time that I should have written some of these points down, but I didn't, so we are just going to let it roll. Okay, so the first way that I create my own luck is using numbers. Now, this incorporates a little bit of background knowledge from numerology. Numerology is the study of numbers, and with a quick Google search, you can find all of the basics for this information. Now, why is this helpful? Oh my God, there's deer everywhere. So I'm a big believer that the universe communicates to people in many different languages, one of which is the language of numbers. So sometimes the universe speaks to us in numbers or even number codes, and it's helpful and important to understand what these numbers may symbolize or most commonly symbolize to understand what the universe is trying to convey to us. So if you're seeing magic numbers such as 111, 222, 333, etc., or if you see multiple of these in a row, at least 3 but maybe more, like 4444444, you get the point. The more of the same number you see in a row, the more important and the more potent the meaning is. Some of the ways that you may notice these numbers popping up are on license plates, addresses, barcodes, tags, numbers on the clock, all sorts of ways. So knowing this, how can you utilize this to create your own luck? Well, the universe communicates by receiving input from you and giving output. So not only can the universe output a number sequence to you, but you can also input a number sequence back to the universe. Now, what are some ways that you can output this back to the universe? Well, some ways that I do this are, for example, if I'm pumping gas, I will put in exactly $22.22 or $33.33 or $44.44, etc. I try to get that number every time if I can. Now, sometimes I go over the number by 1 cent, and that's totally fine. But I do this to create that number sequence that will show up on my debit card. I also will print a receipt because even though I have a digital copy of this going to my bank account, which then kind of creates like a number code imprint, I also take a physical copy, and sometimes I keep it with me in my wallet or in my car for a little bit just to have that number sequence carried with me in the physical as well. Another example of using the number sequences to create your own luck is if you have a journal that you write in regularly or fairly regularly, you can incorporate these numbers in your journal in some way, whether that's seamlessly incorporating it in the writing that you're doing or at the top of the page or at the end of the page. As long as you're writing it somewhere on the page, that's the most important part because you're ingraining it in the physical in some way. These can be any numbers that you like, and that's why having background knowledge of numerology is really helpful because then you can know exactly when to utilize certain number sequences or even how to string different numbers together in such a way to create a code, so to speak. The second way you can create more of your own luck in your life is by utilizing colors in your favor. I most commonly adopt this into my life in the form of clothing or accessories. So understanding the science and philosophy behind colors and color meanings is really important for this as well. Again, a quick Google search will give you lots of basic descriptions and diagrams for the meanings of different colors and what they invoke when they are presented to somebody. So right now I'm wearing blue. I find blue to be a very calming color. There's also studies that show that blue is a very trusting color. When you come upon somebody wearing blue, you're immediately more calm and trusting of this person versus if someone was wearing red. There are also 7 chakras, and each chakra represents a different color and represents a different energy point within the body. This is also a useful way to utilize color because this helps to not only attract certain energies that apply to that chakra, but this can also help you call upon support and unblock any areas that you may be experiencing some challenge in. So each day I consciously choose what kind of color I want to present to the world because this again is sending an output to the universe of a certain type of energy. This will also invoke a certain type of response from other people that I interact with and from the universe. Let's say that I'm trying to call upon more creativity and trying to invoke more of a playfulness in my life. I would probably opt for orange. I'd wear a cute orange top that I have, and this would help kind of attract the energies that are associated more with the sacral chakra, more with creative, fun energies. If I'm struggling with a blockage, this will also help to radiate more of this helpful energy to me, if that makes sense. The third way in which you can make your own luck in your daily life is similar to way number 2, but utilizing certain stones and crystals. This is important because stones and crystals are naturally derived, they come from the earth, and they all hold a unique frequency. So different stones can help ground you or elevate you and invoke, again, different kinds of energy. This all helps to tune your frequency and bring in certain things that you're hoping for. So if I am needing more clarity of intuition, I would maybe wear a lapis lazuli. If I want to have more loving and flirtatious interactions, I might opt for a rose quartz. These are just a couple examples of stones that you can use. Obviously, again, if you don't know much about stones, Google has all the answers for you. But wearing these, I often choose to wear these stones as bracelets. I used to wear more necklaces, but I definitely opt for bracelets and earrings nowadays. This is another way that this can help call in certain energy. I know that green stones, different kinds of green gems and stones really help to bring in health, abundance, and money. The fourth method for how you can create your own luck in your life is using music. Music is one of the most amazing and powerful things that humans and nature have ever created. Music is insane and amazing because it's projecting out sound, which is a language and a frequency. Everything in the universe vibrates, has its own unique tone and frequency. And when you utilize music as a tool, and even as a healing mechanism, you can help tune and tweak your own frequency in which you become affected and changed by this music. That's why people really enjoy sound healing and sound baths. If you're needing more confidence and power, you can listen to musical artists who sing about this or use certain kinds of instruments in their music that really invoke power and courage and boldness. The same can also be true for music that maybe has more negative lyrics or negative frequencies. Not all deeply toned music is negative per se, but definitely be mindful and conscious of the words, especially being spoken or sang in the songs that you choose to listen to, because this all has a direct effect on your frequency. And this can affect the things that come into your life and the types of feelings and experiences that you craft and create in your own life. And number 5, just to keep this list nice and short and concise, the 5th way that you can create your own luck in your life and add a little more magic into your daily routine and daily life is to utilize the frequency and energy of your friends. I saved this one for the last point because it kind of encompasses a lot of what we talked about before, but this one is by far the most important. Utilizing the energy of your friends is probably the most powerful way you can influence your life. Every single person, every single animal, we all have a unique frequency, and it's actually a combination of a lot of frequencies happening at once that are moving through us and emanating out of us. I'm the kind of person who loves and cherishes my friends, and I have a variety of friends. No two are similar. All of my friends are entirely unique, and that's exactly how I like them. I have friends for every different kind of situation and scenario. I have friends that are really stable in their life. I have friends that are so warm and fun and passionate. I have friends that are so insightful and have great creative ideas. I have friends that challenge me and help me grow and help me think about and see the world in different ways. I have friends that are emotionally intelligent and mature and have this nurturing, soothing energy about them. The cool thing about this is whenever I am in need of in support of something specific, I try and seek out particular friends that are maybe more masterful in those areas than I am. And because our energies are brought together, this actually raises the vibration, also changes both of our frequencies just through interaction. And when two minds come together, it kind of creates this mastermind, this like third invisible mastermind. It's definitely a really cool think tank where ideas, concepts, beliefs, information can be shared and developed together. The more minds you have together, the better actually. But you can definitely do this with just 2. And on the same note, don't cut yourself short. You also carry your own unique, amazing frequency that your friends benefit from too. So remember that. Your friends need you just as much as you need them. So these are some fun ways that I like to kind of create my own luck and keep life a little bit interesting and sort of communicate with the universe in different kinds of ways. This keeps life interesting for me. It keeps things fun, almost like a game day today. So let me know in the comments if you do any of these things already, what you thought of these points, and I hope you have a beautiful rest of your day, a wonderful week ahead, and remember to stay grounded as always, my dear friends.